So I wanted to do some sort of like intro.
Okay.
I wanted to say like,
Are we starting? Like we live right now?
yeah, we're recording.
Okay.
I wanted to say like it's Thursday, July 4th, 2024, and we are in the studio doing a session. But I wanted to be like, "Hi, this is Tom." Like kind of like that message, Cora,
Yeah.
but not really, but more like an intro. So I wanted to be like, it's Thursday, July 4th, 2024. This is Tom, and we're in the studio doing a session. No, that sounds shit.
No, it sounds good.
Edit my so sometimes when I'm like laying in bed and I'm like it's like listening to things or
Yeah.
thinking things, then it sounds like really good. But then like when I really say it, it's bad. Um,
Yeah, I have that happen sometimes too. But
yeah,
Usually when after I've had quite a few beers,
yeah, because I want to just like
all my good
fuck
ideas
around.
then turn, or all my like ideas are good ideas, but then I try them and they're bad ideas.
Yeah. Um,
Hey, we should keep talking.
yeah. So I don't know. I just don't. Yeah, I just don't know like where to start and where to stop. But that's okay.
Well, this is the experimental
Yeah.
episode 1. Like, so when we
Yeah.
get to like 100 episodes and people are like just find out about us, they start going backwards, listening to episodes. They're gonna get on this one and be like, "Man, these people, what a bunch of idiots! How do they get to 100 episodes?"
Yeah, exactly.
They're gonna, and it's like the sound quality is gonna sound crappy compared to then, and they're gonna look around and be like, "Yeah, those people really didn't know what they were doing."
It's like everything, though. It's a learning
Yeah,
process.
it's a learning curve.
Yeah, we don't have an intro, an outro, a logo.
Well, we can do all that. Intro,
Yeah.
we just go.
Sound effects.
I think it's cool because it's like some of that stuff. If you force it, it's not very good.
Right.
You had that intro with the credits or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I might throw that in.
Yeah, it's got our real
Yeah.
names on it, so we got to get that dealt with.
Well, I want to add your social on yours.
What? Add my social.
Well, yeah, and then it'll be complete, and then people will be like, "Oh, cool! All right, we got the full story here." Because there
Yeah.
could be other people with your full name out there, you know. So,
So,
but no, that's super easy to edit in there and just redo a new one. But yeah, I might use that.
yeah,
That sounds
it
cool.
looked pretty cool actually when you had that rolling.
But no, this is sweet. So we were planning this for at least 6, 7, 8 months or so because I remember
Yeah.
talking to you before you went to Hawaii, and I was like,
Yeah.
"All right, I'll get the PC
Yep.
This has been a long time in the
before you
making.
come back."
And you didn't.
No, I did. I got
Before
it.
I come back.
Well, like when you come back.
When
by
I
the
got
time you come
back, we,
yeah.
yeah, we were able to go get it.
Yeah, exactly, and that's because I
Spent
needed
ti-
your help. I needed your moral support.
Yeah, we got it all put together. That was awesome.
Yeah,
So, still got it. I used to build computers like crazy back in the day. And like back in the, I don't know, early 2000s, I'd just slap computers together for people all the time because back then you could actually build one cheaper than you could buy one.
How I heard this time it took you guys a minute.
No, it took more than a minute. We had like some things had changed since I last done it,
Okay.
and like when I used to do it, you had this little tiny heat sink and a little tiny fan. Well, now this massive heat sink and massive fan, and yeah. So we watched a few YouTube videos to refamiliarize ourselves with it. Plus, I had to leave in the middle of the assembly to.
Oh, that is the reason why it took. Because I was like,
Yeah.
it took 10 hours, and I'm thinking like, okay, it wasn't just 10 full hours of
No,
just
and we
nonstop
ate food
labor.
and
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
and I had to run to my house and open my garage for someone, and so there was a lot of screwing around and a lot of just, and not only that, but like we spent a good chunk of money. Well, more accurately, you spent a good chunk of money on this stuff. It wasn't so we wanted to make sure we had all our ducks in a row when we were putting it together versus just slapping things together left and right.
Oh
and,
yeah.
It's not like I was
You
using
don't want to break it.
used parts that I found, on the ground or something. So like I did back in the day, like, oh, yeah, here, give me that hard drive, I'll take it. Oh yeah, give me that computer that's busted, I'll take parts out of it. And, these are actually parts that we spent good money on. So, yeah, let's slow it down. Let's watch the YouTube videos and make sure we put this together properly. Plus,
Oh,
again,
nice. So is that YouTube? You can just
yeah,
it's just every single part on there.
yeah,
Told us exactly how to put
just
it on.
threw it in. And we saw a demo. Okay,
Yeah.
couldn't do that back when I was building them. I just had to put it together and hope I did it right. But not only that, but it had been literally decades probably since I built a PC. So, that skill was very rusty.
Nice. Yeah, and it was Osborne's idea then to start us off today. But I think it was like when we were first talking about this. I think I said to you, Bern, that it was like, yeah, I want our first recording to be at least by like the 4th of July.
Yeah.
Did I say
really?
that? I think I said that at one point.
Huh.
And then you just kind of pushed it over the edge the other day by saying that, yeah, let's record. Because it is the 4th of July today. So that's why we got the red, white, and blue
Yep.
flag and fireworks. I know fireworks was.
Oh yeah, I
Vern
wanna
was
talk
really
about
excited
that.
about that.
What do you think about them?
I
Rico?
love fireworks, dude.
Oh,
I saw fireworks last night,
awful.
and I was really bummed that the fireworks show I want to see today is canceled because of all this garbage weather.
Yeah.
But Vern, you're saying
Excellent.
you're saying-
I'm so happy that it's canceled.
Well, you don't
though.
have to
It's
go to
gonna
it. Why are
rain.
you like
No, you don't
pissing
have
on
the
everyone else's parade?
You don't have the choice anymore. Like it comes to your neighborhood. You're
does not
somebody in
come
the
to your
neighborhood.
neighborhood.
Yeah. Well, it has.
Well, you're gonna have people like shooting
And-
stuff off. Like, I'm not talking about that kind of stuff. I don't even. That's just normal living in a neighborhood. I'm talking about like the big, huge displays.
I totally
Why-
agree
why are
with
you whining about
that,
those?
Like people can go to them, and I'm not worried about that.
Yeah,
I have the freedom of choice on that.
Right.
It's
That's what
the-
I'm saying. You don't have to go to that presentation.
So I'm talking about fireworks in the neighborhood where it's loud as hell. It sounds like it when a mortar is going off that close to you, because they're not like high elevation ones. They go up like maybe a couple 100 feet.
Yeah.
But the boom is like you feel it in your eardrum, and you're like inside your house. Awful feeling. Terrible.
What about so
Terrible.
so
it's
I
like,
can
it's like reminiscent of warfare.
So
To have
there's
those
one-
mortars going off.
so
that
one point is
close?
the hearing, and I know that your hearing is a little sensitive, but what about have you tried earplugs?
No,
Have-
Because I've used those at night before when I've needed a quiet space to sleep, and it helps.
So in
Just for the 4th, or that week.
would you tell people in like England in World War II that were having bombs dropped, like, did you just try earplugs?
Well,
Hey,
a war.
England. By the way, England. How was going to work today? Huh? How's going to work today?
But
Yep.
at war, that's a little different.
248 years ago. Suck it, England. No, I didn't need to say it that way. We love you, England.
Cancel
Or
them.
I love you.
Cancel
Yeah,
already.
we're done. We didn't
First
make it-
episode, we're canceled.
And-
No,
Anti-England.
10 minutes. They're having the English Grand Prix this weekend in
Yeah.
F1. I don't know if you guys watch that at all, but so you like fireworks, yeah?
Yeah, I like fireworks. I mean, I don't shoot them
neighborhood
off in my
ones?
house or stuff like that. and
Okay.
Irritate people and whatnot, but
So what changed then? Aaron?
So I think we can find some sort of agreement.
yeah.
We're workable.
But like loud noises, you hear that stuff year round. Like, I swear everyone who's got a loud exhaust motorcycle will go down my road. I'll hear that all.
That's going to be another topic of discussion, I'm sure.
I mean,
Motorcycles, yeah.
just-
I don't
just,
think those
yeah.
should
No,
be.
but so on the fireworks parts, what changed? Because there was one point in your life
Where
that
it
you
was,
trekked with 2 other fellas to Wisconsin
Yeah.
to do some illegal activity
school.
back in our home state,
Yeah.
and you seemed to enjoy it then.
Yes, I did. I did think they were cool. I think just age and wisdom finally hit,
It's getting ornery.
realizing
just
how
turn into a
terrible.
cranky
When we
old
did it
man.
in your
Yeah.
cul-de-sac,
Yeah.
that was like complete.
well, we didn't have like the loud stuff.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
We
not when I
had
was
the
there.
loud stuff.
Oh, we had those
my
Piccolo
gosh.
Peeps. Those were
Oh,
awesome.
we were rocking mortars.
We asked
Lots
the
and lots of
neighbors
mortars.
if we could do it, and they were like, "Yeah, it's cool." they had no idea that we had.
We told them we were doing it.
Yeah, but we didn't say we had mortars.
Oh, I wasn't there for that day, I guess.
They,
Oh,
I
it
think
was so
I remember,
disrespectful.
dude. A lot of the neighbors came out and watched.
So
They
disrespectful.
all came out and watched. They liked it.
I bet there was some that didn't.
I did
And
get
would
to
I would agree with that person at this point in life.
Well, I guarantee you, somebody in that vicinity didn't, but all the ones right, they were probably just coming outside to make sure their house didn't start on fire.
That's right.
I remember,
we had some. We lived on that block too. Okay, they knew that was our one night that we ran a muck and did that. So it's all good.
I remember there was one mortar that didn't go up, and it blew up right in the middle of the cul-de-sac.
Really?
And it exploded, and
Where was
its
it? What year was
radius
that?
was like perfect to just stop at the cul-de-sac. If it had gone a little bit farther, it would have been not good.
Yeah.
As far as
what year
possibly
was this?
starting
Because
a
I don't
fire.
remember being around for this. I remember something like that.
maybe 15 years ago. Tom, does that sound right?
I don't
Ping
know.
would know.
Yeah. I would say like. Yeah, I was probably
Man, we
Well,
had
it could have been
so
like-
many.
20, 21, 20. I mean, it was really early.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
a few
That's
years.
your peak fucking idiocy in life.
Hey, you can't say that on YouTube.
That's your peak idiocy in life, is that age. Do you guys, you know what I'm talking about?
Well, it was kind of
I
like,
don't know, I
but it
think
was
it
like
keeps
where we had
happening.
like
Different
where we had
types.
like a little taste of adult money to be able to like do stuff like that,
Yeah.
and like.
I remember
screw
getting my
around,
first job, like having all this money because I was used to getting an allowance of like $5 a week, and my parents made me put $1 of that into my college savings. And I remember getting my first job, and like my first paycheck was like like $65, and I just thought I was so rich. And then my parents even made me like put $30 out of that, like out of every paycheck towards college, and so I still only had $35 every week. But I was like, man, that felt great. I'm like, look at it, I can go buy CDs, I can go buy video games, I felt like I was just rolling the dough. It's awesome. Nowadays, it's like, gosh,
You gotta cruise up to Tom Thumb and just get a haul.
yeah, we could go up to Tom Thumb. And then later on, when I started, got a little bit older and was driving, I remember like, working more, so getting bigger paychecks. I remember when those paychecks started being over $100. It was just like, yeah, that was great. But stuff was a bit cheaper back then too. I remember I had this '93 Lumina, and I could go up to the gas station when my thing was like at an eighth of a tank and fill the tank, and go in there and get a 20-ounce Mountain Dew, a bag of chips, a lottery ticket, and pay for the gas. I'd hand the guy a 20 and I'd get change. It was nuts.
Nice.
Now you can't even do that with like a 50 these days.
Yeah, that's for sure. You can't hardly even fill your tank for that, depending on what
Yeah.
you're driving.
Yeah, I filled up my car, just a 2008 sedan, today, and it was not even like just below a quarter tank. I prepaid a $50. I walked back in and I got less than $3 back. I mean, getting ridiculous. And if I would have tried to buy a 20-ounce Mountain Dew, it would have been like $2.89 or something stupid like that.
Have we seen what the 4th of July barbecue is? Are we up 11 cents this year? Are we down 22 cents? Remember it was like 2021 or something. They had that thing where they said actually the average 4th of July barbecue is down like 23 cents from last year. So they were like trying to promote that, like, oh yeah, inflation's going down. Like things are cheaper now than they've been before.
Government's been lying about inflation for quite some time.
Like, okay, what is that stat now? Like, I haven't seen that post on X.
Yeah, you know why you
by the
haven't
White
seen it?
House.
Because it's way higher.
Yeah, the White House posted that on I think on like the 4th of July or the week or no July 1st of 2021.
Yeah.
Check the X page, for the White House. But not one this
Or
year.
either that, or they post it, but then they're going to be like, "Oh no, like in 2021, everyone's eating brats and really, really high end burgers and stuff like that. In 2024, it's like everyone's having like one hot dog each or something."
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the eating contest, the hot dog eating contest that happens on the 4th?
I don't know.
Nathan's.
I mean, I've seen, I've seen pictures or like videos of that, and like, Like, could you imagine like when you're done having all that stuff and all those hot dogs in your stomach?
Oh,
I just
gross.
like do those people like go back to their hotel room and throw it up like when they're done? Is there like rules like you got to keep it in you for a certain amount of time or
Yeah, there definitely I think is
Like-
where you can't throw up.
like yeah? I mean,
I
like
heard an interview with Joey Chestnut, and he said it takes him like 4 days or 5 days.
to get that out of his system.
Yeah, but I just think it's the dumb. That's another dumb thing.
I don't think
It's so. It's celebratory of. It's like celebrating excess and
Yeah, well, I mean,
totally unnecessary.
Hey, I'm-
so American. It's like not a good American, not in a good way either.
I'm all about like live and let live and do what you want, but yeah, I would not be entering that contest. I think I don't know if I want to feel sick for 4 or 5 days. Like,
Would you watch it and think like, oh, this is cool?
I might watch it, not like an all day thing. Like if I was at home and flipping through channels or going through YouTube and then popped up, I might watch a video or some clips of it. But I wouldn't be like, all right, gotta get it. It starts at 2 o'clock. I gotta be ready at 2 o'clock with my Mountain Dew and the 2 hot dogs I'm gonna eat or something like that. And,
It's just totally unnecessary. It's just a celebrating excess.
well, that's fine. I mean, celebrating excess is fun.
Some people call it a sport. These guys train for it.
Yeah, I mean,
The winner
train
this
for
year
it.
was not Joey Chestnut because he wasn't in it. I just saw it earlier. It was some other guy. He ate like I believe the last was like 58. He ate, which is like that's insane. Like you can't just walk into that and eat 58. You gotta. I mean, it does take a little bit
eat hot dogs.
of skill and training.
Like, and you have to eat the
You know?
bun, right? But like, are they like dipping it in water just like they could basically just like swallow it down?
Yeah, and they're eating it, so it's not like
yeah,
they're
counts,
just
but it's just
throwing
like-
it in the trash or something like that.
I know, but like they separate the hot dog from the bun, don't they?
Yeah, that's the thing
Yeah.
is like
It's
that's not something like
no
when
one
I did
eats
the
hot dogs
taco
that
eating
way.
contest, it was like, oh, okay, that's good. These are great tacos.
Yeah.
But hot dogs eating 50, it's that sounds just hideous. You know, I mean, yeah, if I was really
Yeah.
hungry, I could eat a few of them, but it's not a food I want to eat just till I'm
Like-
bursting at the seams.
Like, where does it all go?
Just to show that you can do it.
I mean, I'm sure you get like
that's,
I don't know. Don't you get if you get first place? Don't you get money or something?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess so.
So I
but
mean,
Mhm.
it's not just to show you can do it. It's like okay, you're getting prize money, which
for the money.
yeah, but,
And the fame. I mean, Joey Chestnut got famous off
Yeah,
that.
that's true.
that's true.
Carved out a niche.
And it was something that, like he got paid. He got paid from Nathan's for doing an appearance every year, but now he's got some contract with I believe like Beyond or one of those fake meat companies, and they're paying him just like 10% more or something like not very much more than Nathan's, the company that made him famous, and so now that's why he wasn't in it this year because
They
he
wouldn't let
wanted,
him in?
yeah, because he wanted to eat those Beyond fake dogs or something like that, and Nathan's was like, no.
Yeah, they should have let him.
I don't know
eat that.
all the details behind it. But.
Like those plant-based
Mhm.
hamburgers and stuff that you like every fast food place was having for a while, and I don't think they have them anymore. But
No, McDonald's launched it in a few, maybe like 8 restaurants or something.
Yeah.
Locations, but it didn't sell enough for them to justify having it everywhere.
really,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. Like people say, "Oh, I can't tell it's not meat." I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I've had people tell me before, like when they drink a diet soda and they say, "Oh, you can't tell it's diet. It tastes exactly like the real." Oh, BS! It does not.
Yeah,
Like,
it doesn't taste the same.
It tastes awful. I remember one time I was leaving a concert, like a big summer concert, and it was just when the Coke Zero had been brought out, and they started handing it, and they kept claiming like when Coke Zero tasted the exact same as Coke, you couldn't tell a difference. And I was walking out there handing everyone these 20-ounce bottles, like, oh, cool, Coke. And I drank one big gulp of it. I was like, oh, yuck. And then I remember like I threw it away, and as we were like got in the car, we were driving past. There were trash cans overflowing with like bottles that people had like 2 or 3 sips out
Of Coke Zero.
of Coke Zero, and like they was like lined up on the fence, and I mean, yeah, I was like, ugh. So I don't know. I'm always skeptical when someone tells me, like, oh, this other like,
Different thing.
different thing tastes the same as the real thing. It's like, no, it doesn't. I've never found a thing like that. I mean, I've never found anything where it's like, yeah, I'll have the other one. No, I take that back. One time I had a Coca-Cola that was made with stevia, like the sugar substitute stevia. They used to make that.
Really?
Yeah, they used to make that.
Oh, cool.
My aunt and uncle had one. They're like, well, we got this Coke. You want to try it? I'll give it a try.
So
that
Coca-Cola
tasted.
Green or something? Or?
Yeah, it came in a green can, and
Mm.
that tasted like a Coke. I was really surprised. Of course, discontinued that. So like, why? Like that? That was like the one time the other version of something tasted like what it should have.
Yeah, I'd say like, have you ever had? You don't drink energy drinks very much, do you?
Me?
Yeah.
The only thing I stay true to the original, the Red Bull. Got
If you
me
ever,
through college.
if you ever like need it like a energy. Now these are strong, and for me now I hardly have caffeine. I could not drink one of these now. They're Rain energy drinks. For any of you
Yeah.
had those?
Yeah.
They're like 300 milligrams of caffeine in it, so it's a lot. And those I think those have zero sugar, but they taste unbelievable. They have like cotton candy flavor and
Really?
like orange dreamsicle and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm shocked. I'm like, how can this possibly? So I'm curious because I know, yeah, you're like tough critic on that. You should
I'll
sample
try
one of those once and see
Yeah.
what you think. Yeah,
Maybe next time I get a little bit, short of sleep or something.
yeah. Because Bern, wouldn't you agree? You think that have
called
you
Oh, yeah,
Rains?
definitely. It's a heart palpitating.
I know. Yeah,
beverage.
I know.
It tastes super good. The
Yeah.
things they can do with artificial sweeteners is crazy because
Oh.
it's.
Was it stevia in there, or is it something else?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, I'll
Monk fruit?
check it out.
Monk
I
fruit extract.
I remember back in college, my routine used to be I'd go to this market, convenience store type thing. I used to get a Red Bull and a 1 liter Mountain Dew, and I would slam the Red Bull and chase it with the 1 liter Mountain Dew.
Chase it.
Yeah,
great.
it was nuts.
That's awesome. Chase it.
It's very.
Yeah, well, I
healthy.
mean, Red Bull itself, it tastes awful. Like, I will down a Red Bull in like 2 or 3 gulps just to get done with it, and I usually have something to get the taste out of my mouth.
And it doesn't have a very high concentration of caffeine in it, Red Bull, compared to
That's the taurine
newer
and stuff
ones.
like that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, it's all those other chemicals.
Yeah.
so I don't know. I never liked it. I mean, I've had Red Bull vodka. That seems to be all right. Like I don't know, maybe the vodka neutralizes it, or maybe just get too happy with the vodka to really care. But I remember like like about 6 months, maybe a year after Red Bull kind of became widely available, Mountain Dew tried to get on the energy drink bandwagon. They made this thing called Amp.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah, and I thought, oh, this will be awesome because I love Mountain Dew.
Oh, I forgot about AMP.
And Amp just tasted like cough medicine. It was worse than Red Bull.
Really?
Disgusting. Yeah.
What of the kickstarts? You like the Mountain Dew
Well,
kickstart?
then they had the Mountain Dew
They still
Kickstarts
make
later on.
those.
Yeah.
Those were terrible.
You don't like those?
No, I couldn't
like
stand those.
Yeah, I like the pineapple one, the orange.
And then there's like alcoholic Mountain Dew now.
That's
And-
I've tried that. That's
Yeah, that's
terrible.
bad.
Well, and I was all fired up. Hey, this will be good. And I looked at it at the store and looked at the ingredients. There was no sugar. I'm like, this is gonna be like Diet Mountain Dew or something. I'm not buying this.
Yeah, it does not taste like
Yeah,
Mountain Dew
so-
at all.
So I put it back on the shelf and bought some like coffee thing. It was kind of good.
That's American. Energy drinks are American.
Yeah.
Seems like it. Except no, I don't recommend drinking them very often though, at all.
Yeah, I hardly ever drink Red Bull these days anymore. Like,
It's got to be. I mean, because okay, if somebody just pounds coffee all day, they're fine. And there's like all these studies that show like, oh, old folks that drink tons of coffee are fine. 'Cause it's just like plain caffeine must be. But this energy drinks got who knows what in them.
oh, they got all the extra chemicals and sugars and stuff like But I mean, there's so many of them now too. Cause like, isn't there one other one called like Bang, and
Yeah,
wasn't there one
Bang's
called
been out for a while.
Rockstar,
Oh yeah, I mean Rockstar's been out
Tons
forever.
of
and like
Rockstar.
I used to
NOS or
drink those all the
NOS or
time.
whatever.
Yeah, Nas has been
Like-
around for a long time.
I mean, there's so many of them these days.
Yeah, I used to drink all those.
Another one like starts with a C, I think.
Celsius.
Celsius.
That's a real
yeah.
hot one right now.
Yeah, but that was just sparkling water, which is
Do you ever remember Redline?
don't remember Red Line.
I think they banned versions of that.
Why was it like that Four Loco stuff that just?
Well, it came in like a small little plastic bottle that looked like kind of like a medicine bottle,
yeah.
and they would have it in like the drink section at the gas station, and it said like it says 2 servings. You're only supposed to drink it down to that line, and then the next day drink the rest. But I mean, everybody would just drink the whole thing.
Slam the whole thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and your face would just get flush, red, and
Oh,
Your arms would tingle and everything. Your fingertips would tingle, and it's kind of like some of those pre-workouts that back in the late '90s, early 2000s, into mid 2000s, that all got banned. That were awesome.
Why did they get banned?
people
People
are
were
having
having
People
heart
were having
attacks?
heart attacks. Yeah,
Oh.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I've scaled way back on injuries compared to when I was in college. But when I was in college, it was like, what, I slept like an average of like 5 hours a night, I think, and it was all go go go. It was wake up super early, go down, do class, get done with class, drive back home, work at the grocery store for 6 7 hours, get done with that, do homework, or drive back down to the school so I could use the lab, be up late, and then repeat. I mean, that was my life.
What grocery store did you work at?
Oh, one of the local ones over here. I don't want to say it on the air, but
Oh.
That doesn't exist.
yeah, it's defunct now. But I'll tell you about it afterwards.
Cool. What'd you do?
I worked in the produce department. It was a decent job to get through high school and college, but
I worked in Produce to Cub.
yeah,
Different grocery store.
different grocery store.
But yeah, so wait a minute. So all right, I want to go back a little bit here. So, Burn, back to this fireworks situation here. It didn't really. I don't think you really fully explained everything about this. So it's not just the sound, right? It's this. Is the sound the number one? Is that the deal breaker?
Yeah, the sound is the number one.
So it's not the funding China.
No.
Okay.
Is that it?
I just had to jump back to that. I don't know.
No,
I just had to make sure. I had to make sure.
Get back to
I
it.
didn't have a anti.
Well, and it's like 4th of July stuff too. Because what else did I want to ask you? So okay, so 4th of July is not good for lighting off fireworks, even though it's like I think it like represents like, hey, we're winning the war. We won the war, and let's like celebrate by shooting stuff off like they did in the war, right? So if you don't do that, what do you do? What should you do?
Oh, to
record
celebrate?
record audio videos on record a show on the 4th.
Yeah, I think barbecue.
Yeah,
That was mentioned earlier. That seems like a good one, like eating, but yeah,
but not
I'll go with that.
excessively. Nobody needs that.
Yeah, no hot dog eating contest.
Maybe two hot
barbecue
dogs
hot
per
dogs?
person at the most.
Or would like just use brats.
I think they added a lemonade drinking contest too. I heard.
Yep,
Just
the lemonade.
more excess.
That was Badlands Booker won that. I saw that. Yeah,
How many? How
he's
much
like
lemonade do you
in his
drink?
50s. He's been chugging for a long time. And the guy's like 500 pounds.
He's been chugging.
Yeah,
I
I
can imagine.
don't know how he can keep doing it.
How much did he drink?
It was a gallon.
1 gallon.
Yeah, and it was just in
it's
this like really
it's-
big thing, and it was like a big jar.
So it's not to see how much you can drink.
No.
It's like how fast
Yeah.
you can drink.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Yeah. This other one was like the quantity. Yeah.
Why don't they do that with the hot dog eating contest? Like, just eat 5 and see who can do it the fastest.
It'd be over in like 10 seconds.
Yeah, like someone could do it quickly.
I mean, the hot dog they do. It's 10 minutes. How many you can eat in 10
10
minutes?
minutes.
10 minutes.
That's not that.
So stupid.
That's not very long. How long does it take you to eat your dinner? 5. Only 5.
5.
Who needs 10 minutes to eat that much food? A human body only needs 5 minutes of eating to nourish itself per meal. Nah.
I don't know, but like, yeah, you can eat pretty quick if you're.
Can you think of any other ways to celebrate America's independence?
Shooting
Or-
guns.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
people
probably
should
can't
just
say that
go
on
outside
YouTube,
with
so.
their guns and just shoot those. Why not?
Just out in the air, out in the neighborhoods.
Yeah.
Just like Biden said, just go outside, put 2 shots in the air, and it'll scare them off.
Biden said that.
Yeah.
You'll scare. What?
Well, he didn't say that about celebrating the 4th,
Like what?
but he said that. He said like, oh, you don't need a, 100-round magazine. He's like, somebody breaks into your house. He's like, just run out with your shotgun and shoot 2 shots in the air, and
Oh, that makes
they'll
sense.
run off. But it's
So
like,
he's
no,
talking
it's
about
not good.
Not having.
It's not good to
high
just shoot bullets into the air.
capacity magazines. Yeah. Okay, I see your point.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know. I took us off subject.
Yeah, we're
Shooting guns are
I'm out of
super
control.
American. Owning them, so I could see that being worked in somehow celebrating America. It's weird to me. I would definitely not do. I mean, I don't own any guns, but I could see people doing it, and like that being associated with America's identity. Yeah. What else would it?
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
America. Come on, you guys.
I mean, I've never had a problem with people shooting off fireworks, and
So you just want to
It
say
gets.
it's fireworks.
I mean, it maybe gets a
I'm-
little long. I mean, after
You don't
the
want to
fourth, you know,
brainstorm. You don't want to use your imagination.
well, I mean,
like if
we're
we.
trying to think of things we could be doing instead of shooting off fireworks.
Yeah, that's what Tom asked. Wasn't
Well,
it?
I think this is. I mean, this is honestly a new jam for us here. This is sweet, actually, just doing this, especially when it's like raining, and you can't
Yeah, I
like
mean-
really have as much fun outside as normal,
Kids so
like it is now.
Else would be American.
That's another thing why I wanted to kind of build this too. I mean, that's another thing I wanted
the
to kind
rain.
of talk about is like why we wanted to do this and everything. Is I mean because when I have to hibernate for 8-9 months out of the year
Ugh, yeah,
inside,
not
you know,
me.
it gives me a little something to do. Yeah, not you, but
Yeah, we're going to figure out how to like make this like live stream in from other locations or something.
well, yeah, because Ryan's out of town now too, and I was actually thinking about that. I was like, okay, does he have Skype or something? And I just have to figure out how we could, you know, plug in a little video of him on here, and then he can see our video at the same
Right.
time.
There's got to be a way to do it.
But I mean, I mean, look at how far we're at. Look at, we got 2 screens here. We got our
yeah,
names
we
on the
got
bottom.
microphones.
We got a patriotic background.
Yeah, I mean, we're doing good.
Yeah, we
We're
got
good
we
for
got
our
a,
very first time. But like I said, you know,
we got
100
the show
episodes later,
couch.
when we do our 100th episode, we're gonna look back at this episode and cringe about something. Probably
Yeah.
multiple things.
I mean, probably. I was thinking about that earlier.
Yeah.
I was trying to be in denial about it.
Like,
Just be like, oh no, we're too cool now. We'll look back and be like, oh, we were so cool. Yeah, right.
well, remember, like a week ago, I was over here. We were playing some of those tapes we made as kids back, and
Hmm.
yeah, it was a cringe fest on some of that stuff.
Oh yeah.
We thought we were so awesome when we were doing it. You know, when we were kids.
I mean, it's like it could have been cringier, but it helped that we were kids. So
Yeah.
Osmar, did you ever record tapes when you were a kid?
I did not.
Did you make like at least like music mixes and stuff on cassette?
Yes. Like record songs
Record the
from
radio?
Yeah.
Like wait on Sundays for like the top 30 to get that one song you've been wanting to get,
Yeah.
so you can just play it whenever you want.
Except you end up with the DJ talking for through part of it, either at the beginning or the ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, man.
Mm-hmm. You have to just time it just right, and you just get it so perfect sometimes. But yeah, a lot of times, you're right. At the end of the song, they wouldn't play all the way through. That was always annoying.
Or you'd like get it, it'd go to commercial, and you get like the first 2 seconds of the commercial. So every time you hear that song, play the song, you'd get tired of the commercial, and it's like burned in your memory now forever.
Yeah. Well, okay. I was gonna say we are. Believe it or not, do you guys have any idea how long we're in here? How long?
About 22 minutes.
22. Okay. Burn. What is your prediction?
Just look at
Yeah,
that bar at the bottom. It should show you.
15.
Yeah. Do you see that? 15. Okay. We're 33 and a half minutes in.
Wow.
Oh, gross.
We've managed to talk about nothing for 33 minutes.
I mean, no. I mean, we've been able to talk about some topics. You know,
Yeah.
I definitely have trailed off on stories and stuff, but yeah, it's our first ep, and I think it's going good.
Yeah, I
But,
think so. Well,
You know, I was gonna suggest too we could pause it here and
What was the?
take a little break and stand up and walk.
I wanted, or sorry, dang it.
oh yeah, well, you're gonna have to
So
edit
you got
that one out.
Sorry.
Uh,
You,
All right, what were you gonna ask him?
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
yeah, do you remember when we saw that with your
It
dad?
was on this day.
No, I don't think it was on this day.
Oh, okay.
I just, me and a guy at work were talking about Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure,
And we saw that. In
and I'm like,
theaters.
yeah, I saw it in the theater with my buddy Chris at the time. His dad brought us, and remember, like this is that old, crusty theater in Brooklyn Center called the UA.
Okay.
And remember, like, we had to go in that one area and buy our tickets. And somehow between walking from that area to the ticket, like, where you give the guy the ticket, I lost mine, remember?
Oh man.
So we had to go back out there and talk to the guy, like, I don't have my ticket, and lost it. He's like, just tell the guy you paid, and if he has any problems, talk to me. And he let us in. There wasn't a problem, but I'm just like, I remember that happening.
Okay.
And then I remember us watching the movie out there, and just like, how old were we? We must have been like,
We were young.
yeah, we had to, like, what year did Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure come out?
I want to say
like
89.
Is it
Check here.
is it 89 or is it sooner than that?
I feel like it's probably that old.
Did you like the movie?
Oh yeah, I loved it. I think it's older than 89.
Yeah, 89.
It is 89. So yeah, we were like, we were probably like 8 or 9 years old. Like, why were we going to see that? Like,
I think
What
it
is
did
it?
just go right
eight,
over my
eight
head.
or nine? Oh yeah, that's how old you guys have been.
yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't remember understanding the
like
angle of that movie.
I remember
And my
like
dad thought it was dumb.
Oh,
I just
oh
went
yeah,
with
your
him.
dad came with. I see.
yeah, his dad brought us.
And
like,
he didn't even like it.
They're like, did we ask him to take us, or just like, hey, do you guys want to go see this? Or I don't remember how we ended up there seeing it.
I thought it lolooked cool. From
Yeah,
the
maybe that's what. Like,
previews,
maybe
for
we thought it
sure.
was cool, and we just told your dad, hey, we want to go, and he took us. Or, that could have been it, but
Yeah, that sounds right.
yeah.
I just remember him saying that was the dumbest movie, and I thought like, well, if he says so, it must have been. I just didn't understand it. But looking back at it, I think it was probably a pretty good movie.
Yeah, I mean,
It's a cool idea,
Yeah.
unique,
unique.
traveling phone booth.
Yeah, I remember like when the antenna got all messed up and they had to like chew gum to put it back together. I remember us both just laughing hysterically at that part.
Burn, you should pull your mic in front of your face a little bit better.
Okay.
It's all right. It's our experimental.
Yeah, because
episode.
Dave's just kind of crushing you with volume right now. It might have been like that for a stretch, so
Yeah, well,
it's fine.
I'm probably getting excited.
It's gonna take time. Yeah, exactly. But
Well,
I think it does
remember
help just keeping it. in front.
Ghostbusters 2 as well. Are there any other movies you remember going to,
Like with you?
Yeah. or just in general?
Well, I remember seeing Home Alone in the theater, but that was with a different friend.
Oh, remember how big that movie was?
Yeah.
It was like selling out.
Yeah.
You couldn't even like get tickets.
No, it was crazy. I don't know how I ended up seeing it. Like, maybe it must not have been opening night, but yeah, I remember watching that one in the theater. And
That was it. That's a good call. I remember watching that one too. and
Yeah.
I think that was the hardest movie it was ever to get into. Like I had to try at least twice.
Really?
Actually get in and see it. We were like the perfect age for that movie
yeah.
too.
Yeah, we really
It
were.
was so easy to envision yourself as the
Like-
protagonist.
Yeah. Setting up all these traps and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, that blueprint.
Yeah.
Wonderful job, whoever did that. But okay, any other ones?
Let's see here.
Home Alone, good one.
I remember the movie The Wizard.
No.
When they introduced Super Mario Brothers 3.
Oh, that Fred Savage
Yeah.
one.
I saw that in the theater, and my mind was just blown when I saw the Super Mario Brothers 3 part. I was just like, wow, the Koopa Troopa shells can break bricks in this? This game's gonna be so cool!
I think I vaguely remember you being excited about that
Yeah.
movie too because of that.
Yeah, that's the whole reason. Like, I wanted to see that movie was the Nintendo and the Super Mario Brothers 3 part,
What a smart way to release.
right?
Nintendo was probably in on that, huh?
Oh, they had to have been.
Yeah. They wouldn't have. That idiot. They wouldn't have used their
Right.
footage if they weren't.
Then they also tried to sell a Power Glove. Remember, like that
Yes.
Lucas guy, the big shot enemy kid, is using the Power Glove and playing Red Racer, and he's like, it's just like working perfectly, and
That
then you
thing
get
was such a piece of garbage.
yeah, and then you get the Power Glove. It's gonna be so cool, and you're like read the thing. It's like move your finger this to jump, and you're like, why isn't it going?
You had that, didn't you?
I still have it. Yeah.
Awesome.
And
Oh, I wish you had it right now.
They had these sensors that you had to put on the TV, and they always fall down. And
That thing was junk. I remember using it at your place. Or I
Alright.
remember seeing it at your place. I'd never seen it before, and you had it. And I was like, "Can we use that?" And you're like,
they're like, yeah, you're not
So
gonna.
you're saying the Wizard? That was the ad.
Yeah, the
All
Wizard
right,
was the
Yeah.
check
movie.
check this. You guys won't be able to see this very good, maybe, but I got
Was
it.
that
I got it
the
queued
Power
up here.
Glove was around before that movie, wasn't
Here's
it?
the.
I think so.
All right, I'm gonna mute our mics for a second. I'm gonna
Power
play this.
Glove
I'm gonna play the ad here, or the
trailer.
from the Wizard Power Glove,
Okay.
or just let's not
Oh,
talk.
that looks
What is that?
All right, so forget about the video I'm playing. I'm just
52.
Xing it out.
perfect.
I know.
A 52 inch we're not putting in here. That's insane.
Why?
We're in a super teeny room. It's not gonna work for in here.
We'll
52
put it on that
inch.
wall.
All right, go put it up.
What car do you got? You want to still go to my house later?
Yep, you can go put
Put
it
it
up.
right in
It's-
those screws that are there right now.
Okay, go do it.
All right.
I'm not doing it because it's ridiculous. So they're super cheap. I'll just get one when I can buy one. Just spent $1 million on this already, so we'll come together.
I bet you Black Friday we can get a cheap like 40-inch to hang on the wall.
By episode 100, we'll have one.
What's that?
By episode 100,
By episode
we'll have
100.
one.
In fact, maybe we have like the crappy one by like episode 10, and then by episode 100 we got like a really sweet one.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Ryan gave us the couch.
Yeah.
This works.
Yeah.
Where's your mic at, Bern?
You're
You're using that.
It's right there.
You need to talk into that.
I understand. I have been.
Yeah, you've been doing really good. Proud of you. Just kidding. All right, I think I'm gonna let's take a break here. I need to get up and move around here for a second.
All right.
Osborne does too.
I don't.
Oh, now we're back. We're
Now we're
back
back.
now. We weren't back a second ago. Now we are.
All right, now we're back.
Yeah, it would help if I actually had our mics on. That's what you get for fiddling around with stuff mid-show.
Yeah, we're not supposed to be doing stuff like that. We did it anyway.
But
It's all right.
we're
It's show
professional.
number 1, guys.
yeah,
You're gonna be all sorts of screw ups. Probably done
well,
about 20.
this
that
has
we
got to
don't
be
even know
this
about
has
yet.
got to be muted too.
Be clear when we do episode 100.
So wait a minute. What movie is what other movie were you talking about?
Ghostbusters 2,
Ghostbusters 2,
Speed,
Speed.
like off camera or off mic. We were talking about Speed. You know what? I had like just a real flash of memory from like when I was a little kid. Like I just have a vague vague memory of my parents taking me to see the Care Bears movie back in the 80s.
Care Bears.
Yeah, the Care Bears movie. Like, even when we lived in our older house, like not the house like I grew up in, but the house before that, I just vaguely remember being at that theater, and then being home like later on. But
Was it any good? Do you
well,
remember
as a
seeing
kid,
the
I remember
movie?
liking it. As a kid, I can't think of any scenery from it. Like I think like one thing from it. I can remember like when they had like whatever is the powers or abilities or whatever they had on their stomach, and they made rainbows come out or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember that part. I should watch that. Like I should track that movie down now and watch it as an adult and see if it like unlocks memories that are like buried in my brain. Kind of like I did earlier when I mentioned Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure to you.
Yeah, and that reminded you that you were abused as a child?
No, I was definitely not abused as a child.
What?
I have great parents.
Oh, that was
Abused by other
that was
friends'
somebody
parents.
else. Where did you live before over there?
Another town. It's about 3 miles away from here.
Oh.
Was it only 3 miles away?
It's only about 3 miles away.
Oh, good job.
Maybe 5. That was the haunted house.
Yeah, with Harry.
Harry. There was a
We shouldn't use his name.
Harry.
Yeah.
I think that'd be fine.
We didn't ask him. He'll be pissed.
I mean,
Well, who was Harry?
So that first house that my parents like lived in when I was born, legitimately was haunted. Like we would have things, like I'd be a little kid, and I'd want to go to bed with a certain toy, And I was, being a kid, throwing a tantrum, whatever, not going to bed because I didn't have this toy. And my parents would look all over the place for this toy. And then they would leave a room and they'd walk back room. Suddenly that toy would be right in the middle of the floor. Like, just showed up. And then, according to my mom, at night, at a Christmas tree during Christmas, she said, like, at night the Christmas tree would shake like someone had their hand on it going like this.
Oh, that's pretty intense.
Yeah. And then other things that happened. Like, I think the one that scared my mom the most was, she said, like, when she was laying in bed the night before they moved out, she said that, like, she was just laying in bed, she felt like a hand go like this on her face.
Oh.
And then, yeah. But there's all sorts of weird things that would happen in that house.
What? And you researched and found out some guy named Harry.
No, my parents just
hung
called this spirit or ghost or whatever it is. They called it Harry.
Hmm.
Oh, and that's the other thing too. My mom was like, when the Christmas tree was shaking, she's like, "Harry, knock it out." It would stop. And like, yeah, all sorts of like, just weird things that happened at that house.
It didn't follow you to the new place.
No, I didn't follow us to the new place. But I have no idea, like, that house, my parents were the first people living in that house. They built it for, like, they had it built when the new neighborhood was being built over there. So I don't know, like, I don't know if there was, like, some...
How it got there?
Yeah, I don't know how that happened, but I remember just being, like, a kid, just being terrified. I remember, like, it was a split-level house, and my dad finished off the second, like, the lower part of the split level himself. I had a bedroom down there, but everyone else, like my parents and my brother and sister, were on the upper split level. I remember like going to bed and waking up in the middle of the night and just being scared and running upstairs, either to my parents' room or my brother and sister's room, spending the rest of the night up there.
What about the stickers?
Oh yeah, the stickers. Like we used to.
That's a crazy one.
So you guys, the television logo ABC, the channel, the net broadcast network, ABC. What their logo looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Twice, I found random stickers of that just on the ground.
Of ABC?
Yeah, like one was just like the normal like black and white logo or whatever it was.
Yeah,
but one was like green and red and yellow with a white ABC on it. And I asked my parents, where'd that come from? And they're like, we don't know. And just in the middle of nowhere.
What wasn't there one time though where you went into like a room and the room had them all over the place?
No.
Oh, they like had them all over the wall? No. Oh,
No,
okay.
no. I only remember two occurrences of that just like randomly showing up out of nowhere. And I remember my dad put these scrapbooks together, and one of them was in that one of those scrapbooks one time.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's what I was thinking of.
But I don't know. That must have
I
got
remember
lost.
you saying that.
Lost through the sands of time. I remember like looking when I got more like interested in this stuff. I remember looking for it all over the place. Never could find it. So, but yeah, there was weird stuff that went on in that house.
Yeah, and you'd think like that. Okay, now you're an adult, so you can like think about it a little bit more and come up with some possible rational explanations. But I would say like the only time that I've ever had one where I couldn't explain it either was at your house when that damn tree tipped over.
Oh yeah, when we were playing with the Ouija board.
Were we playing with the Ouija board?
We were playing with a Ouija board, and yeah,
never a good idea.
Yeah, and we were just.
It's just a game, though.
Yeah, but all of a sudden, like that I had this like fake tree thing in that bedroom.
Yeah.
And it just right down on the board.
And it had like a decent base to it, didn't it?
It did, but and I think I told you this before. Like for months though, that tree was just like off balance and falling down. But I had fixed that. I had figured that out. Like the base was off balance, and I had fixed that so it wasn't like that anymore. And it hadn't fallen down for probably a good 4 or 5 months before that incident. So, I mean, maybe it was just because of that, and just coincidental we were screwing around with the Ouija board. But
yeah, but it's like what's weird is like nobody was touching it.
Yeah, we weren't
like,
near it.
We were just sitting too. We weren't like jumping around shaking the room.
Yeah, we were just literally just on the floor with a Ouija board.
Why were you guys playing with a Ouija board? Did you do that a lot?
No, we
trying to talk to Harry, probably.
Do you guys still do it?
No, we haven't done it in years.
Yeah,
I think
every
that's
week.
probably the last time we were trying doing
Are
it.
you guys some
light
sort
candles?
of witches and you're not telling me?
No. Oh, we're just kids screwing around. But yeah, then
Who gave it to you?
we found it at Tom's
Oh,
house.
I've got
Is it still around?
Your
I don't
parents
know.
had it?
It was crazy. It was always like in like a closet in my dad's studio in like one of the closets like on the top shelf.
Yeah, like
really far hidden away.
yeah, because we weren't supposed to get at it, but somehow we got a hold of it, and I don't know if like you snuck it out or your parents like let us play with it or what.
Well, I don't think that it was off limits.
Yeah,
I think they got it as like a gift or something one time, and it just kind of sat there.
Okay, but
Somebody gave it to him as a gift?
It's just a game. Like Milton Bradley makes it.
yeah,
or something
it was
that.
like just a
No.
sticker on a.
Yeah,
It's
you
not
just-
just a game.
You just can buy those at like Target.
I don't know if you can get it at Target anymore.
Yeah, I
but-
mean they're just you can
Yeah,
order
you
one.
can
on
still buy them, but they're not like a normal board game.
Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, like,
No,
so
it's-
I
They're
think
just
like
they're made by like a regular company, right?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
I'm sure made by many companies, but it's and I agree with you. It is sold in that section of the store, but it's not like Monopoly.
But yeah, I try to think of like
Candyland.
a
It's
rational
different.
explanation of like why'd that tree fall. Like, okay, maybe it fell because the
Yeah, the tree.
because the base was off balance, and maybe just whatever reason it happened to fall again that night. But like it hadn't fallen for like 4 to
But
5 months afterwards,
Even if it's
and I
off
don't remember it falling after that incident.
But even if it's off balance, like those other times that it fell when I didn't see it, how would it fall even if it's off balance if nobody's touching it?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe there was like it was windy outside and the house.
Did we have
creaked
the
weird?
we didn't have the windows open or anything?
No,
don't
but I
think.
mean, the house kind of creaks and stuff. And
I mean a little bit.
I don't know. I mean,
Hmm.
I don't know. Like I said, I try to think of a rational explanation. That's the best thing I can come up with. But yeah, I don't know. All the weird stuff happened at the house before that. So
Yeah, I can honestly say there's nothing else that I've really ever seen or anything other than that. And it's too bad, I was young. I was just like young enough where it's like, yeah, I could have missed something possibly, and I was actually scared, so I couldn't like now if that happened, I'd be like, all right, let's look at this. Like, what is
Yeah,
this?
like- But yeah, I remember when
I was scared. I just got up and ran.
I remember, yeah, you hit the thing. You looked at me, and then
I
boom,
couldn't
you just
believe
took
it.
off running. I'm like, well,
Yep.
I better
I
go
looked
too.
I looked at you and I was like, because I was like, I could not believe that this just happened because I didn't think I was like, no, that stuff doesn't happen. Ghosts and stuff.
Yeah, it's like, no, it's not real.
Where did you run to?
Out of his bedroom,
Mhm.
Just
like
out?
downstairs.
I see.
Because I
Yeah,
think
down
his
to the
parents were
family
home
room.
or something, so get back to civilization.
Get back to where like
Other
Yeah.
people are, yeah, people who could help fight the ghosts called Ghostbusters.
Playing with a Ouija board.
Yeah, I mean,
Call
we're-
it.
Oh, you guys deserve it.
yeah, maybe we.
Yes, that happens. So we
Yeah.
should do that on
Deserved it.
stream. We should or on video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely not doing
Yeah, one of
that.
these lights comes smashing down.
Bring it on. I'd love to see something like that because I never see that. I want to see it. I want to see something where I'm like, wow, I cannot explain that.
Hmm.
Should go to like find some haunted house to go to. Dave, I'm sure you know about some place we could go, drive to, and then explore.
Yeah, I know of I don't know if it's there anymore, but I did know this like one abandoned place around here that was like really weird to get to, but I think it's gone.
What I gotta ask you guys about, Dave. I just had this flashbulb memory about, and Tom. I think you were involved as well. Ping for sure was. Calling this number,
Oh no.
this random number, and talking to somebody.
Oh no, was it George?
It was
Or
like a
was it
prank call, but it was always the same
Like
person.
Antonio?
Oh, no. Antonio.
That guy, that thing.
Because we'd say to him, "Is Antonio there?" He'd be like,
Yes.
"What? No, not yeah." That
What-
was, dude. That
I
was
do remember
crazy.
that.
Why
That
did
was
you guys?
crazy.
Who
Where did
figured
you
that
get
out?
number from? Like,
Yeah, who got
who got
that number?
Like, must have been someone at school. I bet some kid at school probably knew about. it
So
and told us.
I believe that it was like I think it was like some sort of like long-term care facility or hospital room or something like that this guy was in.
Oh.
But yeah, that was
Yeah, we'd call up and
crazy.
we would say we're Antonio, and he'd be like, "Oh, hey, Antonio, how's it going?"
I remember the name George too was involved.
Yeah, I think
somehow.
the guy's name was George.
I think
but
it
we
was
call up and-
George. Yeah.
if we call up and said we're Antonio, he would talk to us. But if you call up and said you're someone else, he'd just hang up.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Oh man.
So you had to say you were Antonio or
Yeah,
refer to Antonio.
He'd be like, "Hey, yeah, this is Antonio. Oh, Antonio, how's it going, buddy?" You know?
Otherwise, he would just hang up.
Otherwise, you just hang up. Yeah.
That was so weird. I
Yeah.
remember thinking it was funny, but
I mean,
looking back at it, it was
Probably
just
pretty bad.
prank call. Yeah, it was kind of mean
Again,
spirited.
stupid kids, you don't know what's going on, so. But
I think most of the calls to him were pretty lighthearted, but I think there were probably some that were a little harsh. I can't remember the extent of them, but I can remember his voice.
yeah, I can too.
Yeah.
What a weird thing.
Yeah.
You know, the '80s, you get away with calling numbers like that, and no one would know.
Yeah, that's what we need a landline to hook up to here.
Yeah.
We got that little thing we could use
bring
to
back
route it in.
prank calling.
Yeah. Old landline edition.
We get a.
It sounds
Magic
really
Jack.
cool.
They still
Yeah.
make those.
Well, we got this little thing that Magic Jack, you're right. You're right, to get the landline itself.
Yeah.
And then we have that little device we can hook it up to the audio here.
What device are you talking about?
There's a little device I got in one of these boxes here.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. Yeah. I remember we were going through and we found that. Yeah.
Yep. Because we used to have that hooked up to here. My dad did. So
So yeah, we could just Magic Jack and go into that device. Or there's got to be some kind of voice over IP thing we can do and come out of the computer.
yeah. I thought also too, like, do you guys ever remember? I don't know if you guys were really around for this. This was like right after high school. We'd call up this IP relay. Or you'd go to like iprelay.com. Was it a website you'd go to?
What is that?
Website. So you'd go to a website and it was meant for
People are hard of hearing.
hard of hearing, or maybe not hard of or blind or something.
Mm.
No. But if it was hard of hearing and they were talking, I can't remember because you would say it. Oh, I cannot remember it. But you'd go to a website, you'd type in a bunch of stuff, and then you could get them to call a number and say that stuff, whatever it was. And we had some crazy, crazy things that we'd have them say, and the guys would just say it. They would just say it like robots, like they were like these AI voices, but there was real people back then doing it.
Do you remember that? Like, I remember one guy. I remember Tom. You made one where it's like this. Every second word was a swear word or cuss word.
I don't know anything about that. What are you talking about?
Oh, maybe it wasn't you, but somebody else did. And then
I did.
And then you just have them call you.
And it was like you had to call.
Yeah, and then leave a voicemail, and it was just super funny.
And it would be like, and he's just reading it like a transcript, reading it like this, and he goes at the end, he's like, IP relay operator 8345 or something like that.
Yep. I actually have a recording of one still.
Yeah.
I can definitely not play
That's
it
the
on
one I'm
here,
thinking of, but yeah, you can't play it here.
Yeah.
So if we ever
later
go to
on.
Rumble,
You gotta
guys, we'll play it there.
I totally want to hear it.
Okay, I'll play it for you later, but I'm not recording.
Yeah. If we ever go to
that'll-
Rumble, we'll play it there.
It'll be banned on all
Let's take
platforms.
a break in the
I don't know if Rumble
recording
can handle
and
it.
play it.
I don't think Rumble could handle
Yeah.
it. So should we? You want to just pause it and hear it, and then
Yes.
react to it afterward?
Yes.
Okay.
In it. Yeah, that was good though. That was really
Yeah, that
good
was
writing. Very,
good writing.
very well
Yeah.
scripted.
Yeah,
Just
we
a
should try
nice, thought out, laid out,
We got
like a
that guy-
philosopher. Really,
we
it's
got
very
that guy's
logical.
ID. We could maybe try to track him down someday and have him as a guest on the show.
Just like Google IP relay operator that number and see what happens.
yeah,
So
maybe
maybe the
something
guy's
comes up.
like, hey, I want to find those guys. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
They sound super cool. Yeah.
Oops. Well, good deal. All right. Well, we're I was just gonna say 20 some minutes in again, but we're 40 seconds in because I just
Yeah,
stopped it, restarted it again.
But
But hey, we got
That was worth it.
we got some stuff.
I needed to hear
yeah,
that.
you needed to hear that.
It
Hopefully, folks, one day you'll be able to hear it too.
puts in a lot of color to
I think
understanding
technically-
you as a person. You know, it's
Yeah.
like there's a whole other
That's-
dimension to you that I
That's
never
all me.
knew about. Yeah, that's really the piercing view of you.
Mm-hmm.
If you go deep enough,
Yep.
scratch past the surface level stuff, and you get to the essence.
Because you can tell I put a
Of
lot of
you.
time into that, into like, the wording of that, and the positioning of the words.
Mm-mm-mm.
Took me a lot of time and effort, and it came from the heart.
What? How old were you when you wrote
Mm.
that?
17, 18, 19.
Wow.
It's brilliant. That was beyond my time. But yeah. I mean, we kind of got ourselves a show, a July 4th show that we started on the inception of the country, like I said
That's
earlier,
right. That's right.
which is a good time to start it off. So when do you think we're gonna have to have another? I'm just kidding. All right, I'm rambling. I was about to say something that'd probably get us banned on YouTube.
Yeah, we don't need to do that.
No.
Cancel before we even start.
So yeah, I'm gonna have to send everybody the words list, and we'll have to memorize them, so we just don't say those words. Yeah, right. I think like what happens is like if channels do end up getting big, unlike this one, that then their old videos, I think, get scrutinized and checked on, and then they can get channel strikes or something or demonetized.
Well, I think with AI, it's just gonna start happening to everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Period.
I think
So-
that when you're streaming on YouTube, as I've seen it, I think they get demonetized mid live stream if something is said wrong, and I think that you can even get in trouble by having things in your chat, people in your chat saying things, and you're not moderating that properly. That seems to be kind of.
That's kind of harsh.
I know, but it's YouTube. It's its own beast.
Yeah, what do you think of the big tech monopolies?
Break
We're
'em
gonna
up.
talk about that. Yeah, which one? Like Google,
All of
Apple,
them. Break them all up, get more competition rolling, and
Google,
see
Apple,
where we end up.
Amazon.
You know, it's kind of frustrating that there's only really two options for phones. It's Apple iPhone or Android. I mean, there's some other lesser known things out
Google
there.
Pixel.
But
That's Android.
it's pretty much Apple and Android, and I think if you want like a purism phone, it's like I don't know. Last I looked, I think there was still like a year wait, and there was almost $1,000.
What is it called?
Purism.
Hmm.
But anyway, yeah, that's a whole other topic. But it's just like there's really no. I mean,
Competition.
there's no competition. Like so I've got an Android phone.
Yeah.
I have tried to use Android Auto in my car, and it's just garbage. It won't connect, or it'll disconnect, or it just doesn't work. So like,
It should work.
It
If
should just
we had
work.
a marketplace where companies were forced to compete, we would have a better product
Yes,
at this
if they
point
were-
in time.
yeah. If
The
there
reason
was,
we don't is because,
Right,
Apple
if
and
there was-
Android have carved out.
right, it's like and who can I can't just call someone and say, help troubleshoot this for me, because how do I call Android or how do
Oh yeah, there's no
there's no
person.
you're stuck.
Customer service. That
It's
was
non-existent.
So funny to
Well,
laugh.
you have to. I think
Yeah.
you rely on your phone, your provider, right? Your service provider.
Well, then what happens is they'll tell you got to talk to your car manufacturer. Your car manufacturers, you got to talk to your service provider. They're going to play the finger.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
Yeah.
specific to you.
So, but
hooking
if
it to your
like
car, yeah.
like if we had competition and someone was trying to make this device work with the way they say it's going to, and it doesn't, they're going to be motivated to fix it, or they're going to go down. So
Yeah.
Well,
onto
soon the
new one.
SpaceX phone's coming out soon. Elon's making a SpaceX
yeah,
phone.
there's a Tesla phone or something like that.
Is there?
No, there was some. I don't know where it's at, but there was a Tesla being talked about a few years ago.
I don't know what he was going to brand it, but
Oh,
SpaceX phone would sound cool.
that would be cool.
They work together too. Those two companies to
Oh, yeah.
maintain their top spots. Like
No, I wouldn't doubt it.
at one, it's I want to say Apple. You know how much Google pays them to be the default search engine on Safari?
Oh,
it's
I'm
it's
sure.
like multiple billions.
I believe
I want
it.
to say like 20 billion a year,
Wow.
maybe 50.
Wow.
Must be
Yeah.
worth it too. Then
Just to be maintain, and that's just maintain. That allows them to maintain their number one position as the main search engine.
And nowadays, Google's results are so full of trash. Anyways, it's so frustrating. Like, I'll search things on Google, like just for example, how is paper recycled or something like that, and then it'll bring back the search results, and a bunch of first three will say missing recycled, must
Yeah.
include recycled. Like, well,
How is that possible?
like okay,
that,
so
that would be the top.
if I'm saying how is paper, and you're what are you searching on that? That could bring back all sorts of stuff. Like,
Have you used? Sorry to shift here, but have you used Chat at all? GPT for
Yeah.
searching?
Yeah, I
What
have.
do you think? I love it. I think it's amazing
Sometimes
for search.
it's hit or miss. Sometimes it's just regurgitating Google results. Other times, yeah, actually you get what you're looking for. So it's hit or miss.
I love the interaction though, because it's like on Google, if you lay out your search term, it's looking for those specific results, right? But in chat, after you get the results, you can say something like, add 5 more. Like if you're looking for a list of results, like give me the top 10 companies
Yeah.
to do with this, and then it'll give you that list, and you can alter it. You can just say like, give me 5 more, the next 5. Whereas you don't have to type in that search again.
Yep.
It's smart enough to
You can kind of have a conversation
know.
with it.
Yeah.
Or it's like, oh, it brings back. No, I didn't mean results like this. You're close, but I actually need to tweak it. And that helps. But
The language interaction with it is just amazing. That's just, to me, could be, what do they call it, paradigm shifting, because it's totally different way of searching than just looking for the terms you've laid out.
right.
Well, I think Google too. I mean, when you, like if I search Google now, and I type in something like sports, it's it has like a, or if you ask it like a question, let's say like, what was the first sport? Like a lot of times like it'll have this like little thing where it's like a little like saying like AI, Google AI, like it's coming up with like the answer. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I've had that happen a few times.
Yeah. And actually, it didn't do it this time when I searched that. It must be like more complicated stuff you have to search, but it's like built into just like regular Google now instead of just giving just all the websites based on those words. Like it will like answer the question for you, and it'll answer it like based on like a summary of the websites it's pulling it from, and then it'll show like the website that it pulled it from. Have you seen that?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's kind of crazy.
What do you know who owns very strategically 49% of OpenAI, the company that owns ChatGPT?
40. Someone has 49% of it.
Yep.
No, I don't know
There's,
who it is.
there's a company.
BlackRock. I don't know.
Nope.
BlackRock. Is that what you're saying?
Bigger.
Bigger.
Yeah,
Who is it?
bigger. One of the top 3 companies. It's not Apple. It's not Google, but it's in.
Microsoft?
Amazon. Oh.
Yep. You got
Okay,
it.
it is Microsoft. That was my first thought, but I'm like, no, that seems too obvious. But yeah, I suppose
You use Linux? Did
Yeah.
I hear right?
Yeah, I use
Nice.
Linux. That's my my main driver on my computer, or main
Operating
system on my computer. It's been for about last 4 or 5 years. I've been using Linux.
Hmm.
Yeah, I started using it back in around 2019, and actually it might have even been 2018 now. I stopped and think about it
Why'd you switch?
because remember a while back when I talked about Windows 10 was going to be the last.
Microsoft Vista?
I used Vista back in the day, but remember that a while back Microsoft, and I don't know if it was officially Microsoft's stance, but the rumor got out that Windows 10 was going to be the last version of Windows. And what people thought was going to happen, and I still think it's going to happen eventually, is that Microsoft was going to start making Windows be a subscription service. And I was like, well, I don't want to do that, so I'm going to start using Linux. I'm going to take the learning curve, bite the bullet, and just start getting good with Linux because I don't want to pay a subscription fee and privacy concerns as well, which are now even more privacy concerns even more ramped up in Windows 11 with Windows Recall and Microsoft moving stuff off of people's machines onto OneDrive without them getting permission, or there's probably something buried in the terms saying they can do that, but no one reads that stuff. And and then ads coming in. I'm just like, I don't want any of that. So yeah, I moved over to Linux,
And you're still there, so you must like it.
and I do like it, and it doesn't. It's not a complete one-to-one replacement. If you have some kind of like specialized niche software or something like that, you might be limited to Windows. But I've also run a virtual machine, a Windows 10 virtual machine on there. So if I need to do something that Windows only Windows can do, I can boot the virtual machine, take care of that, and then shut it down. But yeah, I mean, all my other stuff, if I can go through Linux with it, I'll go through Linux with it, and yeah, I enjoy it. I mean, I'm a tech guy anyway, so it comes naturally or easier for me than it probably would for people who just want a computer to work. But no, I'm definitely a fan of it. I had tried Linux throughout the years. I tried it in college and couldn't get anything to work. It's light years ahead of where it once was. I mean,
is it still free?
oh, it's 100% free. Yeah.
And it's like anybody can make additions to it, yeah.
Well, there's all sorts
or
of different
open source.
Yeah, distributions of it and
Is that what they call that? Open source code?
open source
Yeah,
distro.
so like when we're starting up this PC or whatever, how do you if it's free, how do you get your hands on it first?
You have to download it from somewhere. I mean,
Oh, okay,
either
so
that
you
or
download it, put it on like a
flash drive,
and
or
then
you can do an ISO, and then you can.
I see.
you
And then
make
once
your-
you have it on a flash drive, then you can put it on a different PC.
Yep. So I was actually out looking at laptops today. I want to buy a second one. Well, it wouldn't really be a second, but I'm buying another one that I want to put Linux on. And where was I going with that? But yeah, I just had it on a USB drive with me, and I brought it to the guy's house and plugged it in and booted into Linux just to make sure everything was going to work right with Linux, and it did. I didn't buy the computer for other reasons, but
The BIOS was locked.
the BIOS was locked. Yes.
Tom, do you know what that means?
No.
Idiot.
So,
I didn't know. I did not
Shut
know.
up.
but yeah, I wasn't going to spend money on a BIOS locked computer.
Yeah. So you can't change the operating system. Is that what that means?
Yeah, I was unable to. We weren't able to boot off of. Actually, yeah, I take that back. We didn't boot Linux on that one because we couldn't get into the BIOS. It was a different one we booted Linux on. But yeah, I wouldn't be able to go into the or into the BIOS and change the boot order or other settings in there. So I'm just like, no, I'm not buying.
How does it
this.
get locked?
Well, because
Yeah.
whoever you can put a password on the BIOS, like that computer that
Oh.
we have over there. It's probably a way to put a password on the BIOS. And
Do they come like that when you buy like pre-made computers? So you
no,
can't mess with
it'd be something that
a user would do.
something, yeah, some user or system administrator did. So
And you can't, like
you can't wipe
bypass
it.
that.
I mean, I looked at. I did a
Don't you
quick-
have some hacker program that can
I-
buzz through all the possible
You
passwords?
could probably
You
try
could
to
hack
brute
into it.
force it, but it could take depending on the speed of the computer and how complex it is, it could take an incredible amount of time.
Just hack it
And-
on the dark web.
And I mean, so I looked up how to is there a way to clear this? And when I was reading, quick 10-second Google review was
Let's buy something else.
replace the motherboard. Well, yeah, at that point, buy something else. So talking to some guy on Facebook Marketplace who's got one I'm interested in, and hopefully that pans out.
And you're gonna turn that into a Bitcoin mining machine?
No.
Yeah, we could probably mine some Bitcoin with
How
this
come
thing,
we're not
can't we?
doing that?
You got that one graphics card in there that we put in? Get like another 10, 20.
Yeah, but we could
and
maybe
then let it
mine
turn it loose.
something, right? It'd
Yeah.
just take a long time, and we'd get something though, right?
You could probably start it, but
Mine
it
like
wouldn't
some
be
Shiba
worth it.
coin or something.
I don't know. I don't know what's out there these days. I'm not a cryptocurrency guy, but I know if you're gonna mine cryptocurrencies, you need to have a lot of power from the graphics cards. And people are making machines with 10, 20 graphic cards in it, and
Yeah, they're just more
How
advanced.
come they need so much graphic
We
card
just need to get in-
capability?
because the GPU on the graphics card is what allows you to do that mining at a faster rate. If that's my understanding. Now,
Huh.
people watching this might be going, "Well, that guy's an idiot. He doesn't know."
Is it like
You're
doesn't
right,
have-
guys. I don't know my cryptocurrency
No, he
that
knows.
well, but
He's got a.
from what I've
crypto
read,
book that's
my understanding is the
got
GPU is the
billions of
part
dollars
that
in it.
speeds up the process.
He bought Bitcoin in 2005.
Yeah, I wish I
No,
would've.
he's Yamamoto or
Yeah.
whatever, the creator of it.
Yeah, he's got like 60,000 Bitcoin.
Isn't it funny that they're creators, like some anonymous
Yeah.
persona?
Well, gosh, I remember watching when it first came out, watching a little promo about it and thinking, "Oh, that will never really catch on." Boy, was I wrong on that one.
It's close to its all-time highs again, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
No, it's dipped back down.
It
It's dipped down
fluctuates.
quite a bit.
But
yeah,
it's
it fluctuates.
it's still like 60,000 a coin. I
I
want
think
to say.
it might be under 60 right now. 57.5.
Oh, I was way off.
Yeah, you're way off. way off.
You are. It's not an all-time high.
So, yeah, I don't know.
What was
I
its
mean,
all-time still at 69,000? Didn't it go over that recently?
Well, somebody should be mining it.
Yep. We gotta figure out how to do this.
There's other ones. There's.
Do you need like a
Monero,
metal detector?
Ethereum.
Yeah, you
Why
need
would
a,
you need
a
metal detector?
forge. You need like a foraging.
Because you got to know where
Okay.
you're mining from.
It's just a term.
You need to be able to melt it down
Yeah.
within a forge.
I
think
thought
they
words
call that.
meant things.
Dude, we're in the
You need to get
2024. We're
glowing red hot.
To mean. There is some guy over in England, which, by the way, England, how you enjoying working today?
Nice.
Got him again.
Zing.
Who inadvertently threw away a hard drive
That.
with, like, I don't know, a bunch of Bitcoin on
Oh
it.
yeah, I've heard about this.
Yeah, and he's been trying to, like, get permission to go digging in the dump to get it, like, look for the hard drive, and
Yeah, because it's like millions of
it's
dollars.
worth
or
millions
something.
of dollars. But I don't know, man. That thing's been sitting there for years now, with getting rained on and God knows what else from the trash.
Isn't
dump.
it Isn't it weird that like you have to have something in order to get it? Because isn't it like a registry?
It's on the blockchain.
Yeah. So what's the deal with that? Like, why do you? It should be able to show in that register who was the last owner of it.
Yeah, I don't. I'm like I said, I'm
Weird.
not a cryptocurrency.
Yeah,
Okay.
dude. Anytime somebody tries to explain it to me, I get more complicated. It's like more confusing to me.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we could do an episode one day where we just research this and try to figure it out. But
24-hour live stream of us trying to figure it
yeah,
out.
there's one example that was given to me about blockchain and stuff like that is blockchain. Okay, so you've got the internet, right? We all know what the internet is. The internet makes email possible, but email isn't the internet. Well, it's kind of the same thing. Blockchain makes a cryptocurrency possible, but cryptocurrency isn't necessarily the blockchain. So
I'm a little more confused.
yeah, see,
Yeah. Well, don't we have any other 4th of July stuff we're supposed to be talking about at
well,
all?
I don't know. I mean,
I don't have
it's
anything.
it's
The question is how late now into July are we going to be hearing it every night?
oh, we'll be hearing it all summer.
Oh, sorry.
Well, you know what though? I do have a 4th of July thing. I read the Declaration of Independence yesterday.
You read it?
Yeah, I read it.
It's good.
And anyone watching this, take 5-10 minutes to read through it. It is really
That's your duty.
Awesome.
That's your duty as an American citizen.
it's. Yeah, I got a suggestion from a guy I work with. He's like, read that. It's the best breakup letter ever. I read it last night. Oh man, yeah, it's it's good. If you guys never read that and you're an American, take 5-10 minutes and just read through it. It's quite amazing.
We'll play a clip now of Osborne reading it in its entirety. We'll record that later. I'm kidding.
What is that? The one that starts 7 years ago?
That was
No,
Abraham Lincoln.
That's Lincoln's speech.
Yeah, Abraham Lincoln gave that speech.
I'm gonna read it.
Do it.
I mean, don't read it now. I'm just kidding. You can. I don't care. I just don't know what else to talk about for the 4th.
Well, why'd you bring it up then?
I'm looking out the
To tell you that I don't know what I wanted to talk about.
look out the window and all the rain and stuff.
I know.
kinda quit. I wonder if they're still going to be
They
a
probably
firework
won't last
display.
I bet it'll come back.
I mean, one's already been canceled, so I doubt they're going to be like, "Oh, we're uncanceling it now." But there was other ones that I was looking at, and they were like, "We're not making an announcement yet." So I might be able to go.
Do you go to the big one at the Stone Arch Bridge?
Brandon, you got to like talk into your mic.
Never been to that one. Is it pretty cool?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one's pretty. I think they closed the Stone Arch Bridge though this year
Was it
for
flooding?
like
Well,
2 or 3 years.
Because they got that red, white, and boom event over there.
Oh, that sounds.
I mean, because when I used to do my half marathons, it would end in that Father Hennepin Park or something like that over there. But yeah, it's saying there's a break now, but it's supposed to rain again at like 7, 8 o'clock.
Is it really? Yeah. What?
It's 6.
What about around 10?
Yeah, it's supposed to. It has a chance of raining through midnight.
Yes.
But I don't know, bro. I think
I mean, they're just gonna reschedule it. The one that I wanted to go watch, it's just been rescheduled for next Thursday.
yeah, they'll
I'm
just
just
have
clapping because the neighbors won't be doing it.
Oh,
to, at least
I
not
see.
tonight, but they'll just have to save it for another time now.
Yeah, you
They're
right.
just
They
gonna
already
reuse
own
those
them.
fireworks at some point,
Yeah.
other point in time. So
Well, good deal. Well, I don't know. I mean, how much more content we need here to slap together
Content.
an hour of a little show here.
We need more
well,
content.
I think we can.
We
wrap,
need a bit.
maybe wrap our first episode up here, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it's true. We could use bits and stuff. I
We need a
just don't
bit.
know how. I mean, we're gonna have to come up with that kind of stuff. What's your ideas for that, Brian? You got anything hot right now?
I don't know, some sort of game or trivia.
This was pretty unplanned. You know, we just had to go for it because again, that's how we get good at it. It's just like we did a lot of preparing ahead of time. You know, getting the mics, which you two gentlemen really, you guys forked over the dough for them. We got them here.
Not a problem.
We got the computer, all this other equipment here is behind me. Was all my old man's equipment when he was in radio. Not much stuff, but you know, it just kind of inspired us to put this together so we could have something to listen to. So then when we're old and when we're dead someday, millions of years from now, people are going to be listening to this and
Going, what's wrong with these people?
studying our ways and figuring out how the world was and how awesome we were back then. Because part of it is like my dad, who was on the radio for years and years and years, back in like the 70s, 80s, mostly 90s, a little bit. It's like they didn't have internet back then, and not all that stuff was all recorded. And there's only like a small little clippings of that. And even though I'm not any kind of professional like my old man was, and to sound any good or anything like he did, and we'll definitely have to get some clips played at some point. It'd still be nice to have that, and I want my daughter to have that someday, and their kids' 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 kids, and I think it'd be kind of cool. I don't know, Bern, you were kind of saying the same thing.
Yeah, that makes me
your
realize
stamp.
I should have done a radio voice. Yes.
Well,
yes, I
you can-
think.
You can
No.
tell when the guys are forcing it. That's the only problem that
I don't know about that, Tom.
Dude, that's pretty natural, actually. Yeah, it's like
It's
guys.
my natural deep. No, I can't even do it.
I know. Like my dad. I mean, he just talked like that normally.
You just
Yeah.
had a deep voice.
I remember
Yeah.
when your dad would call, like if you needed help with computers or whatever, and call, leave a voicemail. I get the voicemail. And it sounded like a radio commercial on my voicemail. It was great. I loved
Yeah.
it.
Nice.
Yeah, it is cool. So yeah, and it's nice to be able to use the equipment. It's kind of like in the house growing up when we had it all hooked up.
Yeah,
We got to mess around with it. He had more stuff then, and got rid of it when they moved to the new place. But
yeah, it's still fun though.
Yep, for sure. So yeah, this is the time where we kind of wrap up the show then, I suppose. And next time we'll try to get we got our fourth guy Ping in the building, and I don't know, play our outro. And you guys-
KLXK would like to find out what Twin Cities children want for Christmas. We've set up the KLXK Classic Santa Wish Line for you to call 452-3287. 452-3287.